On this episode, we will retire and review another discount shoe. What is good, guys, and welcome to another episode of Maknoy, the video channel. And I had a fantastic running week. We're talking about this. Discuss muna natin kung ano bang history nitong shoes na to. Okay, 2017, they created this Breaking 2 project. You know, they wanted to challenge the human beings to break the barrier of the 2-hour marathon mark. Nike, being Nike, developed shoes for Eliud Kipchoge, Zerdenita Dese, and Lelisa Desisa. And with this development, a lot of tests were made, a lot of prototypes came out, and of course, na-develop itong Zoom X foam, which is more responsive, more energy return, and man, it's very light. So what happened in this Breaking 2 project? Hindi sila naging successful though. Pero Eliud hit his new record. And while Eliud was running on a Zoom VAPORFLY Elite, Nike also developed a mass release for average people, the Zoom VAPORFLY 4%. This also features Zoom X, that new foam then, and of course, a carbon plate. While this retails for $250 US, which is very expensive, tamahal naman nun. They also released a knockdown version, which is called the Zoom Fly. The Zoom Fly, however, doesn't have a carbon plate. It has a nylon plate. So, I think similar form, pero ibang material. Siguro cheaper material. And it didn't have Zoom X. It only had Lunarlon foam. Phase out na ata yung Lunarlon. 2018 was also the time where they developed an upgrade for the VAPORFLY 4% and also the Zoom Fly. What changes were made? One of which was they upgraded to Flyknit. So both Zoom VAPORFLY 4% and Zoom Fly both had an upgrade to Flyknit. The Zoom Fly is now called the Zoom Fly Flyknit. Others would dub this as Zoom Fly 2. Not only that they upgraded the upper to a Flyknit material, they've also changed the material of the sole, which is now React foam. So that really is an upgrade. And finesse out na nila yung previous na nylon plate. This also has a carbon plate similar to the Zoom VAPORFLY 4%. I think this was released September 2018, something like those months. And then I got this on sale March of 2019. Solid to kasi 50% off ko siya nakuha for a Dubai price. 50% off? Stig. And the thing is, when I buy shoes now, kapag nakakaspot ako ng sale and when I really need to get a replacement shoe or something for the rotation, the colors don't matter to me anymore. Nung nag-shop ako, meron pa dong isang color na maganda din eh. Actually, mas prefer ko yung color na yun kasi gray. But 30% off lang yun eh. But this one is 50% off! Wait. So yeah, this one's 50% off. One thing that I really like about this is the React foam. If it wasn't for the React foam, hindi ko naman talaga bibilin to eh. And medyo decidido na akong kunin to kasi 2019 was also the time where gusto ko talaga mag-train for the marathon, which was January 2020. I was intrigued also with the carbon plate because they say that it can make your run faster, you're more efficient, and it somehow guides you to run a proper form or run a proper stride. Kaya ako siya kinuha. Okay naman siya. Magaang carbon plate is pretty different than your regular shoes. You know that feeling when you're on the tip of the stairs? Parang pag nag-lean ka forward, you feel that parang matitisod ka and you're going to roll. It just forces your feet to do that movement. So, in a way, really, parang nakaka-help siyang mag-stride ka or ma-propel ka to go faster. Parang nasa rocker chair ka na mararamdaman mo eh. Parang nag-rock yung paa mo. It's pretty different. And I was thinking like, if wala akong makuhang mas okay na shoes, I'm going to use this Zoom Fly Flyknit for the marathon. Pero, while my wife was overseas and meron siya nakita na Zoom VAPORFLY 4% na naka-sale, maybe like 40% off. Oh, mura. Ito yung gamit ko. So, my first ever Dubai marathon. And when you put them side by side, No, it's very, very similar. Differences are, okay, the number of like hexagons down there. The upper is just the same. Yun lang. This Zoom X is really just lighter and it's more responsive. You know, more energy return, really. Ibang klase. This Zoom X foam is really out of this world. And I don't know, itong Zoom X ba yung Pebax foam? Is it the same? Comment down below kung mali ako. But this is the shit. So I got this March of 2019 and I'm retiring it the end of July 2020. That's 14 months, bro. Why did it take too long for me to retire these shoes? Parang ayokong masanay yung pa ako na merong carbon plate parati yung shoes. You know, when you use this shoe, you can really feel the sensation of the carbon plate. And somehow, parang daya na rin siya. No, it's not cheating. Pero, you know, it's an aid eh. It's not the natural form. It aids you to have a natural form. But it's not a natural form. Gets nyo? Nope. This shoe, I ran 200 kilometers by the time I started my YouTube channel. Have you seen that episode though? So 200 kilometers in 41 days. And it's a versatile shoe. Ayun yung parati ko sinasabi dito. Versatile. It's properly structured. Maganda yung base niya. Pang kahit anong takbuhan talaga. The Zoom Fly Flyknit, however, is just made for speed. You can really feel how much speed you can run with this. Down here to the heel area, you know, it's quite narrow. The Flyknit for the upper is, you know, it's snug. Kaso, it's still wobbly eh. Like, hindi naman kasing wobbly ng Nike pero it's structured. Pero hindi siya talagang stable. See, medyo flimsy siya. There have been more than 2 incidents where I almost rolled my ankle easily dahil hindi nga masyadong stable yung fit. So it's a nice shoe, pero hindi siya daily trainer for me. The things that I don't like about this shoe, first of all, it took time for me to break this in. Maybe I ran 100 kilometers first. It's probably just my foot, I don't know. I had some hot spots usually on this foot. I had to readjust the shoelaces from time to time, maybe like 5 times. But it's a pretty smooth ride, you know, once I got the correct fit. Also, one observation, when I run on this on a slow pace, parang dun ko rin nafe-feel na nagka-cramps yung pa ako. It's just strange. This shoe is just really made to be fast. I really felt fast with this. Like, so the carbon plate is really something that could help your run. But if you're going to use the carbon plate all the time, I think medyo disadvantage din siya. Maganda siya pang rotation. Ayoko nga masanay na carbon plate parati yung sapatos ko. And lastly, you know, the upper is snug, but it's really not that structured. Hindi siya stable like your regular daily trainers. Well, it's probably because, yun nga, it's made for speed. But what do I like about this shoe? First of all, it's very light. Magaang. Magaang talaga. Also, this is a good practice shoe if you also have the Zoom VAPORFLY 4%. Since ito, medyo pricey siya, and dahil Zoom X ang foam nito, it creases fast. So I think mas durable or mas resilient ang foam material ng React. Pero yun nga, ito kasi mas malambot. Pero mas okay ang energy return. So sayang eh kung ito yung pang-araw-araw mo. I mean, there could be runners that are using this for daily training also. I mean, I can blame them. I'm about to do that too. Pero yun nga, this shoe is supposed to be for, you know, for faster days or when you're running marathons or halves. This basically is a racing shoe, just like what it says right here, racing. So if this is fast, this is faster. And the best thing about this one is, I got this 50% off. Wow. If you have identified the purpose of your shoes, yun ang the best. After this Zoom Fly Flyknit or the Zoom Fly 2, there were a lot of new versions that came out. So nandiyan yung Zoom Fly 3, VAPORFLY Next Percent, and of course, the Nike Alpha Fly where Eliud already broke the 2-hour barrier. He did it at 1:59.40. Good job, Eliud! And not just Nike, a lot of other brands also developed their renditions of this type of technology. You know, the Zoom Fly Flyknit is a nice shoe. it's fast, it has good performance. However, if you're going to purchase just one shoe for your running, I wouldn't advise that you run with this. I would still advise to run on a Vomero. If you already have something like a Daily Beaters without a carbon plate, yan, go get something with a carbon plate and you'll see the difference. So if you are going to see this on your outlet store, make sure to fit also because it's quite narrow. And then again, if you really need it, if it's 50% off, and if it makes you happy, like me, go for it. Do you really think that carbon plates can help you run faster? And what is your carbon plate shoes? And that's about it. I'll see you all on the next episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe and ring that bell if you want notifications for my new videos.